The Giants don't have to go far as the road team this week, making the short trip to Philadelphia for a key matchup with the Eagles, who don't want to slip up again before their big game next week. Predictions are inevitable, and so are these stats. Okay, ALSHON Jeffrey was back, and with him, so was Philadelphia's passing attack.
Taking it for the touchdown, ALSHON Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's return, along with Nelson Agholor, helped Carson Wentz put up his first 300-plus yard passing game since Week 6. Now, Wentz was facing a Miami secondary that has struggled this year, but the Giants' D he's facing this week has been just as bad at stopping the pass. They've been giving up over 250 yards a game through the air and have allowed a passer rating over 100. Aaron Rodgers just the latest to pick them apart. However, what they have been able to take away is tight ends, as they've allowed the third fewest yards to the position, so Zach Ertz might be in for another quiet day. But if we're going to talk struggling secondaries, then we have to talk about Phillies. That is coming off a game where they allowed Ryan FITZPATRIck to hang 3 TDs on them while throwing for 365 yards. It's what can happen when you face someone with a nothing-to-lose attitude, which is exactly what they'll be getting when they take on Eli Manning this week.
Throwing end zone, it is caught!
That's right, it's time for the farewell tour, or at least farewell game. But Manning goes back in for Daniel Jones, who injured his foot and could be out the rest of the season. The last time we saw Manning was in Week 2 against the Bills. He played the first 2 games of the season before he got replaced. He threw 2 TDs and 2 interceptions in those 2 games. But he was only sacked twice, which is relevant because Philly can get after the QB, as they are 5th in QB knockdowns this year. One way the Giants can minimize that is by turning to its ground game, which was finally productive after a prolonged absence.
But a good, strong run there.
Saquon Barkley's 83 rushing yards last week were the most he's had since Week 2, and it was his first game averaging more than 4 yards a carry since Week 7. He'll be tested, though, if he wants to keep it going, as the Eagles have only given up 100-plus yards to a team 3 times on the season, which is why they are 4th in rush yards per game allowed in 2019. So did they learn their lesson to not overlook their opponent? Or can the Giants follow in Miami's footsteps and deal them back-to-back upset losses? I knew we couldn't keep predictions from getting here at some point, so let's step aside and let them through.
Moving to his right, still looking, and now he throws to the end zone, touchdown! J.J. Arcega-Whiteside makes the catch.